This is a stupid song, it just goes on and on. You might find some meaning, but you would be wrong.
Okay, so I hope I'm not catching you off guard, Nigel. I want you to put a little graphic up on the screen for me.
Oh, sure.
This is, obviously our video watchers are going to be able to see this, or audio listeners are not. This is a little addition to Stupid People for this week. It's from Danny R., who's one of our listeners. He sent us the screenshot on Twitter. It's from the WWE Mayhem mobile game produced by Reliance Games for Android and iOS. And this is what Danny R. said. Since the last update on the WWE Mayhem game, they started using only nicknames. It's ridiculous. In this screenshot, they show Luke Gallows in the background. In the foreground, they show Triple H, and then there's like a word bubble because it's what Triple H is saying. And what Triple H is supposedly saying is, quote, "The suntan biker man is dying to meet you."
Wow.
Now, I got to be honest, Sean. I had to Google the suntan biker man.
Yeah,
because
I would imagine.
I've never heard that on WWE television. And it turns out that I guess he was sometimes referenced by that name in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And there's actually a couple of Pinterest sites where he's referenced by that name, the Suntan Biker Man. The only thing I can possibly think is that the makers of this game, Reliance Games, they were so desperate to get nicknames for everybody because that was probably the mandate. And they were so desperate, they probably Googled Luke Gallows' name, and they probably came across Suntan Biker Man, so they put it in the game.
Yeah, I would say so. Isn't that
that's where we're
embarrassing?
at. Isn't that amazing? That
It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It is. It makes you not want to be a wrestling fan when you hear shit like that.
Yeah, it's dorky as shit, man.
Yeah,
like
it is. It is. And how is that? How is he intimidating? If he's going to go out there and say the Suntan Biker Man is going to challenge you, I mean, Nigel's fucking laughing, sitting over here. It's so ridiculous. All right, let's go to the Stupid People questions here, or Stupid People stories. Once again, trevorstrong.org. Thanks for the usage of the song. These are good. This first one was actually told to me by my buddy Luke at lunchtime today.
Oh,
sweet.
And so I looked it up, and it was reported by ABC affiliate WTVD out of Raleigh, North Carolina on February 12th. This is good, Sean. This is good. There's a man out of Chesterfield, North Carolina named Duncan Robb. And before Christmas, he was online, looking up tickets and stuff, and he came across tickets for a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert in Belfast, Ireland on February 10th.
okay.
And he thought, this is perfect. He's half Irish, and he visits Belfast pretty regularly. The Peppers are his girlfriend's favorite band. And he thought, February 10th, we can turn this into like a Valentine's Day trip. So it's perfect. So he goes ahead and he scoops up the tickets, gives her the tickets on Christmas Day. They're stoked. They're really excited. They book their flights to Belfast. They head over to Belfast, Ireland. At the last minute, they give a better look to the tickets. And it's actually a bagpipe band called the Red Hot Chili Pipers.
Oh my god, that is phenomenal.
Yeah. So
Did they go?
Yes, they did.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, they thought, you know what, we're here now. And they actually got a bit of a chuckle out of it. They thought, we're here now. And he actually was quoted by ABC as saying, yeah, I kind of wondered why the tickets were so reasonably priced.
Yeah, they are expensive. I was going to go to Red Hot Chili Peppers concert earlier this year, and I did not.
Well, but if you had gone to see the Red Hot Chili Pipers, it would have been cheap, bud.
I should have pivoted.
That's what happened. Yep. So I thought that story was
it.
awesome. Good. That's one of the better ones I think we've had. This next one, this was reported by ArkansasOnline.com on February 11. This one's good too. So last summer, there was a 23-year-old woman named Autumn Royanne Partington, and she was working at a restaurant in Hot Springs, Arkansas. She was a waitress. One of her customers paid for the tab with a credit card. She was gone for an unusually long time, charging the card before she came back, and here's your receipt and here's your credit card. Then the person who owned that credit card discovered some online purchases showing up on his statement. I thought that's kind of weird. Police were involved. The woman admitted any wrongdoing because the guy figured she had this card for a while, kind of thing. She admitted that she wouldn't admit any wrongdoing. The online stores, when they were contacting, they had her address as being the delivery address. They had her email and her phone number attached to it. So then she fled the area. A warrant was issued for her arrest. She fled the area, and it kind of went cold for 5 months. That was last August. Last month, which would have been January, this woman posted a photo of herself on her Instagram page. The caption underneath it said, "I love my job." She was wearing an apron, and the apron featured the name of her new employer in a place called Cabot, Arkansas. Somebody spotted the Instagram photo, spotted the logo on the apron, called the police. Police went there, and they arrested her. And she was charged with felony theft of receiving a credit debit card and 2 misdemeanor counts of fraudulent use of a credit debit card.
If it's easier than ever to get caught doing dumb shit. I watch a lot of Investigation Discovery, and I'm like, man, you could have got away with anything in the 80s.
It's true.
My
I mean,
God.
when you shit on Mixed Match Challenge, I was able to catch you on that real quick when you denied it.
Well, I mean, especially when you've got a tech team that will put together a bunch of falsehoods.
Yes, that's what they did.
This is going to be the headline story on TradeTent.com, this conspiracy that I'm facing right now.
So
if only I knew a guy who could get that up there.
Are you suggesting that we created a set that looked like your office there, and I actually hired a guy that looked and sounded like you to sit in the chair and say these fallacies? Is that your suggesting?
It would be completely unlike you on this show to pretend to be here when you're not.
I would never do such a thing. You would, but I would never do such a thing.
Yeah, but I wasn't the one who brought this video up.
It was investigative journalism.
I'm busy in the sewers.
I feel like our listeners deserve the truth, Sean. Our listeners deserve the truth.
Yeah, which Ninja Turtles movie is the best? Because I tried to watch the 2007 digital one. Nigel, do you know which one I'm talking about?
I think so, yeah.
Made it through about a minute and a half.
I only remember the very first one from whenever that was.
It's good.
Late 80s or the 90s?
The live action one?
The live action one. Yeah, that's the one I remember. Corey Feldman was one of the voices I remember.
Oh, yeah.
First two were pretty good.
Yeah. All right, this last story, we got one more. This was sent in by listener Andrew Monahan. This is for the Sean Ross Sapp file.
Oh, yeah.
And this one was reported by the Daily Mail in the UK, although I will admit that I saw this story everywhere. So it was out there. And I know you're going to know immediately what it is, Sean. Nigel may or may not, but I know you will. So Super Bowl took place recently.
Yes, it did.
The Philadelphia Eagles defeated the New England Patriots. And it's really amazing how something like a football game can turn a city of civilized, educated people and turn them into mindless...
Whoa, we're talking about Philly?
You can go... Okay. The words expressed by Sean Ross Sapp do not necessarily reflect those of myself or Fightful.com.
After you make me put that up there when I would tweet on behalf of Fightful.com.
There you go, on One Wrestling. So like I was saying, a football game has the ability to turn a city of civilized, educated people into mindless, stupid monkeys. And so when the Eagles won, the city of Philadelphia went apeshit. People were climbing poles, even though they had put grease on them because they didn't want them climbing poles. They were still climbing poles. People stood on the awning at the Ritz-Carlton and made it collapse. And the Daily Mail posted a video of an Eagles fan, and of course, he was being encouraged by all of these very jubilant, excited, and probably intoxicated football fans. He was being encouraged. Peer pressure is a thing, Sean. This man got down on his hands and knees at the encouragement of these people, and he ate horse shit that had been left on the street by a police horse.
What?
He got on his hands and knees, and he did it almost like, like pie eating contest style, where you put your arms back and you go in head first.
Bobbing for horse shit?
He did it like that.
You have a new eating competition.
Yeah.
It's Jay-Z this year.
What do you think that would cost?
Just a couple of Philly natives. That's it. I can grab some on the way up. No cost to you at all.
There is video that shows this guy going down face first, coming up, and he's got basically a nugget in his mouth.
Ugh. Oh, yeah.
Looking up. And, of course, the whole crowd erupts because they're all idiots, so they all erupt. And that happened, and there is video footage of it.
It would probably cost you more to get the poop from poopsenders.com. I should get them for a sponsor. I've given them a couple shout-outs.
I mean, I could just, follow my cat around for a day or two. We're good to go.
Yeah, but, I mean, that would get eaten real quick, I would imagine. We're talking about Philly here. Philadelphia.
The words expressed by Sean Ross Sapp The words expressed by Sean Ross Sapp do not necessarily reflect those of myself or Fightful.com.
Hey, we don't romanticize everything from Philadelphia like PW Insider does, okay?
Oh. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the